Good morning. The sun's not quite out yet, and that's because today's we gotta be across town. My dad's in the car waiting for me, but we gotta be across town. We got a tryout today for the Atlanta Predators. It's gonna be a great experience. Not too much talking. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And we're just gonna get right into it. It's gonna be a great video. It's gonna be a great day. So we're gonna see what we can do. Let's go.
That come training camp, their job is not secure. One of you could take your job if you prove it to them.
Everybody in front of coach. Everybody in front of coach.
All right. So it's been a day since the camp. Well, not really a day. Next day. It's the next day since the camp. And I think every camp that I go to, there's gonna be that portion of me like in the camp going and stuff like that. But then there's also going to be a reflection portion of the video where I talk about my experience, what I feel went right, what I feel went wrong, so on. And I think this is the most important part, is to see the process that goes into it. So before we get into the whole trial and everything, there are actually 3 different leagues for arena football. It's the IFL, the NAL, and the CIF. They're all indoor, but the difference is how they play and some of the rule sets. With the NAL, the biggest thing about the NAL is that it's pretty much passing. So it's wide receivers, DBs, O-linemen. And if you guys didn't know, it's a 50-yard field, indoors, 50 yards. So in a 7-yard end zone. And the goalposts are kind of skinny. Everything is a little bit different than traditional football. But I say all that to say that this was a NAL tryout. So whenever I go to these different tryouts, I will say what type of tryout it is so that you guys understand. So NAL, like I said, it's about 95% passing. Coming into this, I knew it was NAL, but I wanted to give it a shot anyways. The hardest thing about the NAL is I'm a very traditional running back, as you guys know. in college and throughout college and everything, I'm a very heavy hitter, run style type of running back. Pretty big who I am, you know, when it comes to offense. So going to an NAL tryout with some type of knowledge of that there will be a mostly wide receiver DB, so it's very skill based. And I'm not saying that I can't be any of those. I just wasn't comfortable in this camp for that because I've been working a lot of core traditional running back drills versus being in the wideout position. So I believe that was my first big thing when I went to this tryout, was like the type of league it is, it's not fit for traditional running backs. There were a good amount of us at that tryout who were traditional running backs who decided to just go ahead and be over at defense, and that is why in the clips you see I caught the balls and stuff, you know, doing that. But then when it came competition time, I switched over and was corner safety. As for measurables, they were all good. For my size, currently 210 was my size. A mid 4'7", I believe. They had the numbers written down, but they didn't tell us. One was a mid 4'7", which isn't the worst, but it isn't the best either, because I've ran 4'6", mid 4'6", 4'5", but I feel like that was just an off day for me. My shuttle drill, I ran a low 4'6", almost pushing 4'5". L drill, I ran a 7'6". I really haven't practiced that, so I believe I should probably practice that a lot more. With only a couple weeks of prep time, the numbers weren't that bad. A lot of arena teams don't really look at 40 as much. They just look at your lateral movement speed because it is a 50-yard field, but it doesn't hurt to, you know, have a good 40. But like I said, measurable wise at that camp, definitely was a top 5. But when it came to competition, I was pretty much placed out of my comfort zone, switched over to defense. And with me not doing a lot of defensive work these past few weeks, me just focusing a lot on running back, traditional running back, going to this camp, I feel like I was definitely underprepared. When looking to arena leagues that do have traditional running backs, it's more of CIF and IFO, Indoor Football League Championship, Indoor Football. Those two leagues have a lot of traditional running backs. And indoor football, or arena football in general, is a 25-man roster with 23 players active, meaning that you probably will play both sides of the ball depending on who you are, especially special teams. But my biggest takeaway is that now during the weeks, I'm gonna have an offensive day, defensive day, so I can hone both skills, not just running back, but wide receiver, and then not just offense, but also DB, linebacker, you know, those type of drinks, so I can be all encompassed and ready for the game. More comfortable, probably lose a little bit more weight. You know, being around 205, 210 is not bad, but I feel like my sweet spot definitely is 200. So going in between now and January, probably just staying at the 200 range and things of that nature. Probably will be a video coming, show you guys my diet and stuff like that. I've been in this position before with camps and tryout season where I go really hard on a diet and I go really hard doing these different things, so it wouldn't be too hard for me. Those coming out of college, still wanting to play football, arena, whatever, it doesn't matter what it is. Before you go to any of these camps, because by the way, these camps do cost money, research the team you want to go to, the roster spots when you're out of college, all that stuff matters, because you could be a great player, but they don't need you. So it's about getting in when you fit in, being at the right place at the right time is really what football is about. Aside from the skills and the training and stuff like that, it's about the proactive researching teams, what spots are available, where can you get in, where can you fit in, and then honing in when it comes to camp. Understand the league, understand the ins and outs of it, just like you do with traditional football. There are things that are not so traditional with arena league that are different, that change the game. It doesn't mean that you're going to abandon football, traditional football completely, but this is a stepping stone to get to where you want to, which ultimately is CFL, XFL, but the biggest thing is getting paid playing and doing what you love to do. Send your film, you send it to the coaches of the camp that you're going to, so that way you're just not a face. You know, you don't want to be just a face out of 100 people who paid for that camp. You'll have even more eyes on you, which gives you a better chance. So that's the advice I have to give, and I'm taking my own advice because this is going to be a journey. The season, I believe, starts in March. A lot of tryouts are happening between now and January because that's where a lot of people are looking for roster spots to fill up. Aside from my vlogs and stuff like that, this is gonna be just like camp vlogs, not even camp vlogs, but camp reflection. You guys see some of what I did, and then I explain why I did what I did, how I feel about it, maybe even give myself a rating. So for this camp, I'll give myself honestly a 6.5. necessarily, perform to the best of my abilities only because of me being underprepared and not being a wide receiver DB, but then still stepping out my comfort zone. And now we're gonna hone in on it, implement what I took away. So here we go. This is the first part of the camp journey. You guys know the vlog journey, which is just my life, but then now the little mini version of that, just with these, small 8-minute videos of just seeing the camp and then talking about the outcomes. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this, because a lot of people need that word of encouragement. A lot of people need to understand what it's like to be in the journey. Like I said, this is coming from someone who still loves the game, and I'm gonna stay consistent with it. And I just want you guys to be along with me. So that'll be it. Peace. See you in the next video.